Hey guys, Jimmy Ian here, the acupuncture neurology specialist, and today's another daily power tips, and we're changing it up again. So we're going to go, instead of Wisdom Wednesday, we're going to go What the Wednesday, okay? Ooh, forgot the V. So there's been some concerns, questions about dry needling and acupuncture. Like, is it the same thing? And is dry needling acupuncture? Or is it something different? Well, if you ask, depending on who you ask, you might get, you're going to get different results. You're going to different results, you're going to get different answers, right? So I'm going to dispel that myth today of, is dry needling acupuncture? So who's doing the dry needling? Physical therapists are doing dry needling, chiropractors are doing dry needling, and they're going to tell you, oh, it's completely different from acupuncture. They use a filiform needle to do the dry needling. Oh, it's not an acupuncture needle. But what's the facts, right? What are the facts? They tell you that because that's what they're doing. And if you ask acupuncturists like me, we're going to say it's the same thing, right? So let's just discuss what is the discussion about. So people say the physical therapists are going to say dry needling, oh, their needling is based on musculoskeletal problems, or the fascia, it's addressing the fascia. And their argument is that acupuncture is based off of qi. So it's completely two different systems, right? But what is qi? Qi is really just oxygen. So oxygen is still part of the body, right? Okay. And so here's the thing. Both dry needling and acupuncture use the same needle. And what is that needle called? Guess what? It's called an acupuncture needle, okay? So both dry needling and acupuncture use the same needle. So let me ask you this. And this is not a bashing post. This is just giving you information about what's out in the what's what, right? That's why What Wednesday. So tomato. Some people say tomato, some people say tomato. So the people that say tomato, does that make that tomato not a tomato? It's still a tomato, right? So it doesn't matter if you say tomato or tomato, it's still a tomato, right? And let's talk about surgeons. Surgeons, there's different types of surgeons. There's orthopedic surgeons, there's cardiovascular surgeons, there's neurosurgeons, right? They use the same scalpel. Does that make that surgery different, right? Like a different study, right? It's still, they're surgeons, right? They use the same tool, they're surgeons. It does not make one surgeon a non-surgeon and the other person a surgeon, right? So dry needling and acupuncture use the same needle. So it doesn't matter what the theory, in actuality, an acupuncture is based off of musculoskeletal, okay? It's based off of the nervous system, the circulatory system, musculoskeletal system. That's what acupuncture is about. The difference is dry needling is the technique. The technique is different. But that doesn't mean, just because the technique is different, doesn't make it not acupuncture. So dry needling is acupuncture. So what's all this hoopla about saying, oh, dry needling is not acupuncture? Well, it's of course politics, right? Physical therapists want to be able to do acupuncture without training. That's why they call it dry needling. Because they just take a weekend course and they can start dry needling people. They can start doing acupuncture on people. And sooner or later, they're going to get insurance to cover it. So they're bypassing all the training that an acupuncturist would go through so that they can do acupuncture. They're just calling it dry needling. It's the same thing, just different technique. Even within the scope of acupuncture, acupuncture has different types of techniques. We have Japanese acupuncture, we have Korean acupuncture, we have medical acupuncture. Actually, medical doctors do acupuncture. They still call it acupuncture, right? Because they know they're still using an acupuncture needle. It doesn't matter what the theory is. But let's look at what is the definition, because the argument is that acupuncture is not dry needling because acupuncture is based off of qi. Well, let's just ask Siri. Let me ask Siri, okay? Hold on, Siri. Siri, what's the definition of acupuncture? All right, so here, Siri gave us the answer. Siri says, a system of complementary medicine that involves pricking the skin or tissues with needles used to alleviate pain and to treat various physical, mental, and emotional conditions. That's the definition of acupuncture. Okay? It's pricking the skin or tissues with needles, with an acupuncture needle. Both of these are pricking the skin with a needle, and it's to address physical, mental, and emotional conditions, which a trained acupuncturist can do that, but that's dry needling is only for musculoskeletal, right? So even Siri identifies dry needling as acupuncture. So hopefully this gives you some information and can dispel the myth that dry needling is not acupuncture. It is acupuncture. It's just a technique of acupuncture. Now, the next post that I'll do is, the safety, because people are asking if dry needling is not acupuncture or isn't acupuncture, then the safety of it, right? Well, the safety has to go with the training. And so I've already talked a lot about the definitions. The next time we'll talk about the training involved in dry needling and the training involved in acupuncture. And then you can make an educated decision and not be tricked by someone saying it's not the same thing. It's the same thing, okay? And so this is about giving information so that you are educated. And when you're educated about what's going on, about what's really going on, then you can make a better decision for you and your health, right? Again, this is not about bashing anybody. This is just about giving you clarity as to what dry needling is versus acupuncture. If you have any questions, you can always comment below, okay? Comment below, DM us, or if you want us to talk more about certain, conflicting words, we're happy to do that. All right, this is Jimmy Yin from Achieve Integrative Health, and as always, everything in life is achievable, but it's up to you to make it happen. And it's tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so I want to, wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for watching this show. And if there's anything that you want us to talk about new, of course, we love feedback. All right, guys. So have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe and enjoy time with your loved ones.